the Tower of Babel. In the days after the great flood, the earth was still young. The generations of Noah had multiplied, and the children of men had spread across the land. Yet wherever they went, they spoke one language, one tongue, one speech, and when they spoke, they understood one another. They journeyed together until, at last, they came to a broad and fertile plain in the land of Shinar. There they stopped, and they looked upon the land and said to one another, Come, let us build. So they gathered clay from the earth. They shaped it into bricks. They baked the bricks in the fire until they were hard and strong. And they said, Let us build for ourselves a city, and in the midst of the city, let us build a tower whose top reaches toward the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered across the face of the earth. And so they began, stone upon stone, brick upon brick. Day after day, the tower rose higher, the city grew wider, and the people looked upon what their hands had made. They saw its height, they saw its strength, they saw the multitude of their workers moving together as one. And pride began to rise in their hearts. They no longer spoke as people who depended upon their Creator. They spoke as people who believed their own strength was enough. They said, Look what we have made. But the Lord saw them. He saw the city. He saw the tower. But more than these, He saw the hearts of the people. He saw their unity. He saw their ambition. He saw that they desired to make a name for themselves. And the Lord said, Behold, they are one people, and they all have one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so that they may not understand one another. And the Lord did so. Then suddenly, the voices of the people changed. Man called to his neighbor, but his neighbor could not understand. A worker asked for another brick, but the one beside him heard words that were strange. Families looked at one another in confusion. Friends tried to speak. They could not understand. The sound that had once united them became a sound of separation. The work stopped. The tower stood unfinished beneath the heavens. And the people began to scatter. They left the city. They went east and west, north and south, across valleys and mountains, across rivers and distant lands. The people who had once gathered together in one place were now divided into nations and peoples, each carrying their own language. And the great tower they had built remained unfinished. Their hands had reached upward, but their hearts had forgotten the one above them. They had desired to make a name for themselves, but God showed them that no human tower can reach the greatness of God. And so the place was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole earth. And from that place the people were scattered across the face of the earth. The tower was left behind, silent, unfinished, a monument to human pride, a reminder that strength without humility can become rebellion, and unity without God can become pride. For the Lord alone is God. The heavens belong to Him, the earth belongs to Him, and every nation, every tongue, every people, are beneath His sovereign hand. So let the story of Babel be remembered, not only as the story of a tower, but as the story of the human heart. For whenever people lift themselves up and say, We will make a name for ourselves, they would do well to remember the tower that could not reach heaven. And whenever pride whispers, We need no God, let the silence of Babel answer, God alone is worthy of the glory.